Hi everyone, my name is Mo Saha. I am an artist, coloring book author, and an avid art journaler. And today I'm continuing to work on my series with the Grafix Mixed Media Journal in size 6 inches by 6 inches. Those who are following my videos would know that I have been working on this journal since the January of 2025, and every month I work on a page or a spread in keeping with the theme that I chose in the beginning of the year of personal growth and personal evolution. For August, I am pairing my mixed media journal with a few other products also from Grafix, such as the double tack mounting film. These come in 9 inches by 12 inches sheets, and you just cut them out in the shape and size you want, and you can use them to attach transparent see-through clear items. You can attach other items as well, but I try to use it mainly with my clear items. And then I have the Dura-Lar archival polyester film. These are films that are treated on both sides, so if you want to create an effect of working from the front and the back, you can do that. And this also comes in pads of 9 inches by 12 inches. So we might cut out a little piece and work with that. I used this one in January. This is also part of the journal because the journal is kind of a sampler of several of the surfaces that Grafix makes. So on the January page, this is how I did it. I did a face in the back and I paired it with another product, and then when I turned it around, I wrote on the front. So I could use both surfaces to create a desirable effect. So today my goal is to create something in the lines of transformation, personal evolution, personal growth, coming from the freedom that I talked about in July. I'm moving into something where freedom in the sense of living comfort and leaving the familiar behind for an upgrade in your journey, for a change in scene. When you do that, you have to adapt. So today I have chosen the symbolism of the dragonfly. In summer, as I sat in my car on my breaks or when I went for a small walk, I came upon many dragonflies, and they are fluttering wings, clear, magical, reflecting the iridescence of their wings, reflecting light. It's very magical. So I started here in my sketchbook with a dragonfly. I did some research on the internet and I learned about a lot of varieties of dragonflies that I did not know about before. But even in the very base backyard kind of dragonfly that I am working on, they have 4 wings and a very slender body. And I want to create those wings in my journal on this film. This is a clear film. It's a weight media film, the thickness being 0.004 inches. And I will probably cut up a small piece and layer the 4 wings that I have drawn here and then create my body. And I plan to attach these wings to the body and to each other using the double tack mounting film. Let me pull out one sheet. You know how beautifully they are bagged up with a tissue paper. So I'm using permanent fine tip marker. Any fine tip permanent marker will do. So the permanent ink usually dries instantly, but just to be sure, I'm going to bring in my heat tool to make sure, absolutely sure, that it doesn't move when I turn it, flip it over and try to work on the other side. I'm going to do a slight bit of a smudge test. Yeah, so the ink is set. Now, in order to do a mirror image of the wings, I am going to cut this out. This is one of the beauty of working with clear things, that you can just turn it around and do a mirror image very, very easily. As you can see, I had layers of the plastic film, tissue paper, regular paper, and when I used the heat tool, they did not all melt and fuse with each other. So the film allows you to use a heat tool to process whatever you are doing without, giving out fumes, smoke. The film does not turn super hot or anything, and that's one of the things that I really like about these films, because it allows you to speed things up. I'm taking advantage of the double-sided prepared surface by drawing my lines on the front side and then adding paint from the back. So I am taking out my double tack mounting film. You don't need much. I'm going to just cut a little bit. This film is very easy to cut. I'm using scissors today. I have also used craft knives. As long as your blade is really sharp, all you have to do is peel off the backing and then layer it on top. So now I'm going to add color to the back. I'll be using my acrylic paints. I have a color shift paint from Folk Art, and then I have some gold. What I liked a lot is that the double tack mounting tape that was holding the two sets of wings together did not come apart when I applied heat. And the adhesive is so thin that it's very easy to layer things without adding unsightly bulk. Now for the body, I'm wondering if I should get some of my black opaque craft plastic to create the slender body, and then add the details with my paintbrush and the iridescent paint. I am bringing in the opaque black craft plastic. I am going to cut out a small piece, and these come in 12 by 12. Again, very easy to cut. I'm going to start cutting the body out. Ta-da! I think it looks quite close to what I envisioned. So this time I'm just cutting my glue, the double tack mounting tape in a narrower strip, which I want to put in the back. I like it. See, I do not know how much the camera picks up on the iridescence, but I hope it does. Between that clear film and being able to work on the front and the back, I feel it is magical to me. One thing I often do to cover a lot of space in the background is to splatter paint. I think that feels about right. So let me walk you through what I did today on my page. I started with a sketch in my sketchbook based on a recent experience of sitting in my car and seeing several dragonflies come alight on the car hood and fluttering in front of me. And I looked up the meaning and the symbolism of dragonflies, and the most important ones that I found that I resonated with were about transformation, adaptability, and personal growth. So that was a perfect symbol for the page that I wanted to do for August in my Grafix Mixed Media Journal. So I started with the Mixed Media Journal. I have been working on this since January of 2025, and today's surface was the opaque white craft plastic in 6x6 wings. The wings of my dragonfly came from the Dura-Lar wet media film in 0.004 thickness. It comes in a 9 inches by 12 inches pad. I just cut out the piece that I needed. Then I attached the dragonfly wings using the double tack mounting film. It's thin. It really holds it well together. It does not melt under heat if you're using a heat tool. And I layered the dragonfly wings that I cut out of the Dura-Lar wet media film, and the Dura-Lar film being coated on both sides, both surfaces, front and back. I was able to draw the wings, the details of the wings, the framework of the wings with a permanent marker on the front side and then paint on the back. Cut the slender body of the dragonfly out of the opaque black craft plastic, which came in 12 by 12 sheets as well. This Mixed Media Journal is a sampler of a variety of surfaces that Grafix makes, and I used the opaque white plastic as the surface today, and I cut out the dragonfly body out of the black opaque craft plastic, and again I attached it with the double tack mounting film, and heating it did not melt anything. These are all layers of plastic really today, in one form or another, and they could be put together in very little time. And in order to keep the background not so empty, I just splattered some acrylic paints, gold, iridescent blue and green, and some regular green, just to, as if flecks of magic and glitter, they are like turning the air around. When the wings flutter, it almost turns the air around it also magical, as if it reflects, like, if you put a prism, how the light reflects, it's like that. And then I wrote down just very basic, embrace transformation, adapt to the new, grow joyfully, because that's what they represented to me while I sat in the car watching them. And with that, I come to the close of my August page. This will go behind the July, where I worked on the page on freedom. I did not work at the back of that because this is translucent and I don't want it to interfere with the message in the front. So when this is all dry, this is how it's going to look like. It is hard to tell really because I can't lay it down just yet. However, when it's all ready, I'm going to walk you through all of them when they're done. But for now, this is my page for August, and I hope to see you again in September. Bye for now.